Hi, I'm back. In previous lecture, I have covered about the very basics of internet marketing, online marketing, and social media marketing. Now, in this particular presentation, I'm going to cover what is pull and push marketing strategy, and we will understand what is the importance of social media marketing and a strategy that is being devised in order to tap the market. So let's see how it goes. What we have learned from IDA model was we have to create awareness, impact, desire, and action. So once this happens, this is what is called IDA model. It's very important, for online marketing. So now let's understand the market size and the importance, how we enter into this digital marketing and online marketing activity. If you understand, the online presence of people or businesses have grown from 27.1 billion US dollars in 2011 to 42.5 billion dollars in 2015. Almost double, by 2015 it could have doubled. Now, search engine marketing and industry is projected to reach by 22 billion by end of 2012. It's old data. 19% increase from 19.3 billion last year. So even if we understand, that data is like 20% increase every year, by now from 2012 to 2017, this data could have reached $44 billion. I'm talking about search engine marketing industry. And 74% of a small business find online networking to be just as valuable as 58% reported they struggle to find value in using Facebook to promote. Means there are, a large number of population who find Facebook useful, and there are a few, I won't say few, but still there are quite a good number who find Facebook not useful for their business. It all depends upon the strategy of the people and the people involved in this marketing process. This again the old data. Facebook has 1.49 billion users. Twitter has 651 million. WhatsApp now 900 million. Google search has 1.7. These are our data. Can you imagine the access of these social media? That is the reason why if you notice on modeling our website, we have given due importance to Facebook, Twitter, Google search, YouTube, LinkedIn, as well as WhatsApp. Because of this importance, the number of penetrations that they have. And there are many others now, Instagram, their line and all whatnot. There are many that has come into picture. So now there are two type of strategies that comes into picture into online marketing. The first strategy is pull marketing. Pull marketing is something that I believe is crucial in the sense that you don't go to consumers directly. You create websites, you write blogs, you try to create awareness yourself, and slowly people start visiting, people become followers, and the more followers you have, the better branding takes place, and you start engaging with your followers, and that's how your online presence increases. This is not very short-term marketing strategy. It is a long-term marketing strategy. Minimum 6 months to 1 year time takes to start seeing its importance and effect, but it is a more durable way of bringing people and bringing followers to your website or to your own profile. The other strategy that is what is called push marketing. What is push marketing? Might be knowing lots of companies, even traditionally, if they wanted to push some certain products to people, they give more commission to their wholesaler marketeers, or they even give commission to the shopkeepers, hire shopkeeper. So if you go to a shop and ask for a toothpaste, they will They will bring some new toothpaste and say, why don't you try this? This is also very good. Instead of, traditional toothpaste like Colgate or Pepsodent, etc. Why this happens? Because they are being given more money to push in the market. Similarly, in online marketing also, how you push? You send an email campaign. You start giving offers on social media. Say, why don't you try this particular product for 20% discount, 30% discount, 50% discount. There are certain strategies by which companies, if you start buying their product, earlier they start with, let's say, 20% of discount. You buy one, they will give you 20% discount. The moment you have bought it, they will show you some another product and say, now we are offering you 30% discount. You again buy it, they will again offer you some new product and they will say, I am offering you 50% discount. Do you want to buy still? You again buy, they will offer you 70% of discount. And this kind of discount keeps on going until you get exhausted with your money. There are lots of, marketing strategies that is available and being deployed by, marketing strategists, online marketing strategists, and they try and push their product, including how they push. They push it by giving discounts or reaching out to you by whatever means they can. Or they will send you 10 mails in a day, 5 mails in a day. At times they start calling you also, but calling does not come into online marketing thing. So what is the effectiveness of the marketing? Let's understand that. When we talk of social media has 63% of the companies that say that, when they started using social media, the engagement increased by 63%. 20% of business company, B2B companies started saying that they have increased. Okay. And people started, average budget is spent on a blog on social media has nearly tripled. Means they started spending on blogging or social media marketing. So the moment they start spending on blogging, for translator, what happens? You have the opportunity. You can offer your services to those people who are the bigger bloggers. That why don't you try your blogging in regional language or international languages? So there is a big market, we have never tapped it. We have never tried to tap it. And those who are using, they are tapping this market. They are making big money, They are not waiting people for the clients. You have to go and create, awareness about your services and your strength. People start using it. So there comes the strength of, a translator in blogging. Can you imagine 300% it has increased? Social media also, the spending has increased by 63%. Similarly, now what happens? Blogging, I was said 88%, B2B companies that blog generate 88% more leads per month than those who do not. Can you imagine? Similarly, those acquiring of customers, increasing your emailers list, opt-in emailers list, increase of, writing of blogs, monthly leads, they increase. Similarly, if you are blogging and writing more, your search engine optimization also increases. Just imagine, 70% of the user never go further than first page of search results. Can you imagine? 75% never go beyond second results. So today I was talking to you about importance of Google and search engine optimization. If you are not on top 10 in the first page, means you are not coming on the search engine's top 10 or on the first page, you are losing your business and all marketing strategies, etc. So you have to apply your brain to be on the top. Now what happens? How to reach on the top? It has been seen that if your website has, let's say, 400 to 1000 pages, this is what is called 6x strategy. If you have this number, then there are chances of increasing your search engine results coming to the top 10 by 6 times. Those people who are using this strategy, they are reaching on top 10 always. 236% companies with indexed web pages get 236% more leads. Indexing is also very important when we are talking about search engine optimization and social media marketing. Similarly, when we are talking about email marketing, is effective but not as effective as search engine optimization, because in email marketing you have to push, but in website and search engine optimization you have to pull. People come to you, you don't go to people. So push and pull has to be balanced when we are talking about online marketing strategies for anything you do. However, there are a big deal of advantages as well as disadvantages of this kind of strategies. How advantageous it is: one-to-one approach. You can cater to a specific market, a specific age group, a specific location, including a specific a locality of a city, and relatively it is not very inexpensive. You can go global anytime, you can go local anytime. So these are all advantages of online marketing. But what are the disadvantages? I mean, it's not always that we have advantage. Disadvantage is there are many times people use unethical practices. They demonstrate something fancy online and they deliver something totally different. There is lack of transparency, and of course there is cost involved in buying hardware like computers, strategy, etc., etc. So if we make control of all these unethical activities that is going on online, it is always advantageous for a company because the brand presence increases. So the more authentic brand presence you have, the better it is for a long-term relationship. Because if you look for a short-term goal, you may be able to to fraud some people, but you will not be able to fraud everybody forever. Similarly, there are more challenges like, for example, governance, rules, regulations, cultural issues, lack of technical knowledge, marketing philosophies and channel, etc., etc. People start pushing things directly, and it becomes many times irritating. If I send you 10 mails in a day, you will get irritated, but you have no mechanism to stop me. So there are all these certain challenges coming into picture. However, if we look at the future forecast of online marketing, you could imagine that it is very increasingly on rise, and with push of Digital India campaign by our Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Similar kind of campaigns have started not only in India, but respective government globally have started similar kind of campaigns, because it is cost effective and it creates access quickly and fastly. However, there is a limitation, and limitation is that most of the time people end up writing things in English only. So there is need to start writing things not only in English but also in regional languages or global languages. For example, if I wanted to reach out to people in Kerala, I should write content not only in English but also in Malayalam. Similarly, if I wanted to reach out to people in Punjab, I should write things in Punjabi and as per simple languages. So this phenomena is picking up, but it is taking time. You might have noticed that in recent times, because of online marketing and strategies being deployed by big companies from all over the world, especially for Indian languages, the demand has increased like 100 times. For example, earlier 10 years back, I used to get translation for Hindi and English combination very little. But nowadays, I receive quite a large number, big projects for doing translations. If you recall, I had told you before, I was involved in localization activity of Microsoft, MS Office. Because of that, they have given me kind of patron status. If you Google my name with Microsoft, it will take you to my success story, which they published in 2005, because of my involvement with them and in creating localization of their content. So Microsoft started way back in 2005, but there are a big number of companies including SAP, including Oracle, including IBM and whatnot. They are doing their activities in a very big way. Perhaps you will be happy to note that now there are lots of companies, including Facebook or including Google, they have started coming up with their content in Indian languages. So the more such things are happening, the more opportunities are being created for not only for English language but also for Indian languages. Therefore, if you wanted to understand how this social media marketing etc. goes handy, you should try and also understand what is Google Analytics. Google gives you an option to integrate your website with your Google Analytics and monitor each and every activity on a day-to-day basis, what is going on your website, who are visiting, how many numbers of people are visiting, what time they are visiting, what is the landing page they are visiting, what is the exit page, whether it is coming from home page or whether they were exiting from marketing page or what. So what time they spent, you will be able to get profile of all kind of your visitors on the website. Similarly, AdSense gives you opportunity to go and study there and find out keywords that play important role in search engine optimization. At Modlingua, we have tried to do all experiments that is possible within limits of a small enterprise, and we feel happy that we have in last few years grown like anything, and currently Modlingua is top 30,000 websites of India. We target to reach at least top 10,000 in India, and in globe our target is 100,000 numbers. Currently it is hovering around 500,000 numbers, which is a quite respectful number, because for the fact that we have good contents, we have original contents, and we have well researched contents, and this domain name exists for last 17-18 years. The more old the domain names are, the better it has in the market presence. Apart from being a good content, if you are only 1 year old or 1 month old, your presence will not be very big. But if a domain name is, let's say, 17 years or 18 years, can you imagine the presence it could have had on the psyche of people around, the kind of brand presence it had made? Similarly, we have Hindi Center's Facebook page, currently around 25,000 followers there. If you Google, you will be able to reach Hindi Center also, and you will be able to reach Facebook page of Hindi Center also. Similarly, my profile, LinkedIn profile, has currently around 13,000 followers and connections. I have given you certain input bullets of what is social media marketing and what is online marketing. Anything that you have to share thoughts, please ask me questions. I will be happy to answer your queries, and I hope you had a nice time on understanding online marketing and importance of social media marketing. Believe me, it is only a peanut that I have been able to give it to you, but if you try and build on by looking at all these points, perhaps you will be able to understand it more.